Hello everyone! If you are going to be setting up a free zone company in either Abu Dhabi or Dubai, I expect one of your assumptions is that it's going to be cheaper to go directly to the free zone than to engage a company formation specialist. And I want to challenge that. Hello everybody, my name is Jenny Hunt. I'm the founder of the Gateway Group and I've been setting up companies in Abu Dhabi and Dubai for over 10 years now. So what's the answer to the question? Is it actually cheaper to go directly to the free zone to set up your new business? Well, I think there's two things to consider here. The first one is, what is your individual or your organization's actual experience and knowledge of handling documents in the UAE and managing processes? If you've got the experience, then it's going to be a lot easier. The other aspect to consider is the value of money. Now, everybody values money in a very different way. Obviously, there's the physical value of money, which is the amount that's printed on the physical note, but there's also the invisible value of money. Now, what do I mean by that? That's the time element associated with money. Now, this is the bit that new business owners and startups in particular tend to either forget about or choose to ignore and just focus on the physical value of the money. As a business owner, time is such an important asset to you, and how you spend your time is really going to be a reflection on how successful your business is going to be. So I've been running my own businesses since 2005, and this applies across all the businesses. So it's going to apply to your business as well. And when I'm looking at the activities that I physically do myself, I question, is this activity going to make me money or is it costing me money? So if I am sitting and doing an administrative task, that's really not adding any value to my business. My time as the actual owner of the business is adding more value to my business by going out and developing my relationships and developing my pipeline of future business. Because ultimately the time that I invest there is going to come back into the company in the form of sales and new clients. And that means my company is then going to grow. It then means I get a faster return on investment. I see quite regularly where people are setting up businesses and they're trying to save costs in as many different places as they can, which is totally understandable. But sometimes, because they're only looking at the physical value of money rather than everything associated with the business setup, it actually leads to a false economy if they're trying to do it themselves. So if you're trying to go directly to a free zone, what you need to bear in mind is you're going to have to manage that process yourself, which is going to mean managing the documentation. It's going to mean learning how to use the free zone's particular portal, understanding the application processes and how and when to upload certain documentation. And you're also going to need to know things a little bit further down the line related to your visas, where to go for visa medicals, what the process is for organising a visa, how to book an Emirates ID biometrics appointment. Now, of course, these are all things that you can work out and find out, but that's all time that you're going to be spending on it. Whereas if you engage a specialist like the Gateway Group to actually manage that whole process on your behalf, you are actually giving yourself time, and the value of that, I believe, is far more important than just the cost of the physical license, because that time, rather than spent perhaps uploading documents, perhaps getting an error message, not understanding how to do something, getting caught in a call center queue or having to wait at a customer service center, instead of wasting your time in those areas, you could actually be making calls, having meetings, closing potential business. And ultimately, that's the bit that's going to be bringing money into your business. The other point to consider here is if you go directly to a free zone and you're not experienced in company formation and you're not experienced in business licenses per se, then you might end up getting the completely wrong license. So what this means is if you go directly to a free zone, all they are interested in is selling you their particular license for their free zone. And it's not unheard of for the salespeople at the free zones to tell you whatever you want. I've heard so many times, this license enables you to operate anywhere within the UAE. That's what you, as their customer, wants to hear. And unless you are actually going through the regulations for that particular free zone, or you know the laws of the UAE inside out, you would expect the individual to be trustworthy in telling you the truth. Quite often, they actually don't even know themselves. So they will tell you what you want to hear. And another reason for them doing that is because they will be earning commission based upon the number of companies that they're actually setting up. So you will also find in those instances that quite often you'll be pressured to sign up quickly, or you're offered a deal to get you to sign on that dotted line. Then what happens is further down the line, once your company is set up and you start operating, if you are unfortunate, you might find that that license isn't actually suitable for your business, because a free zone license only covers you to do business within the geographical boundaries of that free zone or overseas. It doesn't enable you to operate throughout the UAE. So unless you happen to have either done your due diligence really steadfastly up front, or you happen to know a lot about company formation and the regulations here, you could very easily get caught out. So I genuinely believe that it is a false economy going directly and organising the licence yourself. One final point to also consider is the emotional impact that it's going to have on you. Let's just think about it for a moment. You're setting up a brand new business. It's an exciting time, of course, but there's a lot of worry, there's a lot of anxiety associated with it, because you are focused on making that business really work. So why give yourself the extra headache of trying to fathom out systems and processes, work out what's correct information, what's not correct information? Why give yourself that extra anxiety unnecessarily when you can actually engage a professional to take all of that away, and they take on that headache on your behalf, so that again you can focus on the bit that generates you money and starts developing your business. So if you're interested in setting up a free zone entity here in either Abu Dhabi or Dubai, and you would like to save time and have the peace of mind that you are getting the most appropriate license for your particular plans for your business, then please do get in touch with us at the Gateway Group, and we would love to help you on your new journey.